This is not us filming in the same outfits for like, oh my gosh. No wonder it's been a weird lighting this whole time. The freaking table lights are on. Probably such a weird reflection upon us.
Didn't you really notice?
I was like, what is on my shirt? But it was table lights. Oh my gosh. All right. Hello everyone and welcome back to Foster the Meeple, a channel all about
board games
and
board gaming things.
Exactly, and guess what? We're going back in time. That was me going back in time. What year are we going back to, Jeff?
Pre-2000.
I'll make it up to you in the year 2000.
Great song. Silverchair? Great
Yeah,
song.
right?
That's a
the
great
anthem.
song. Great song.
So we are going back.
That's a great song, Jamie.
Thank you, Jeff.
I forgot about that song.
Right? Guys, we're going back to before Y2K. You know, that year, what a year. Millennium. Okay? And you know what? Y2K, they thought the world would end.
It didn't.
It didn't. So we are starting a new series where we are going to be exploring and talking about some games that we would like to play from different times in the world, okay? In life. So we're starting...
Different times in the world, different times in history, I think.
In history of the world. So we are starting...
I love how you
games.
just couldn't admit that you were wrong there. You had
I
to keep throwing
wasn't.
the world in.
We're going to start with games from the year 2000 and before.
Mm-hmm.
We call those the before times, okay? And then after that, we'll pick another kind of chunk of time that we'll
Probably
go
like
through.
every 5 years or
Maybe
something.
every 5 years. Although when we get to like 2015, 2016, we're probably going to have to dedicate the years because things got bumping nearing that time.
Yeah.
Okay, so Jeff and I had a little peek around Board Game Geek, and within that, we sorted through games that came out from 2000 and before.
Yeah, and I just want to caveat this quickly for all the people that are going to hop in the comments and be like, that game has a new version.
Maybe.
From this year.
That's fine.
Whatever.
So we each picked 5 games.
Yeah.
We don't know each other's lists. And yeah, so we're just going to jump in and tell you what those games are. Jeffrey, would you like to go first?
I would. And we actually own the first game on my list.
We do?
We do. Do you know what it is?
Tickle?
It is. It is Tickle.
We don't actually know how to say it.
It's Tickle, I think. Tickle is a game we actually own. It was gifted to us a while ago. We just have not had a chance to play it yet. But I very much want to. And I think I might try and pull it out when the Duelins are here. I think that'd be a cool experience. But basically, it is a game set in like the jungles, and you're basically explorers trying to find temples.
I love that.
And building routes and that sort of thing in order to kind of, I guess, like own the temples and explore
like
more and what have you.
I
I do think it was a Spiel des Jahres when 1999.
Which is when it came out.
And we haven't played any of these series of games.
No.
And it's on our shelf. It's in one of those unassuming pre-2000 boxes.
It's very big.
Very
and
like...
skinny. Like
very,
Monopoly.
Yeah, like Monopoly-esque type box. And I'm actually super excited to play it. And when I was going through this list and stumbled across this again and did a little bit more research, it made it even more so something I was interested in playing. So I think I would like to very soon.
Yeah.
These are in no order for me.
These are in no order for me either. The first game on my list is called The Princess of Florence, which is a game that I hadn't heard of before doing this little...
Wolfgang Kramer.
That's what drew me to it, Wolfgang Kramer, because he's the one that does Quacks of Quedlinburg, right? Or is that Wolfgang Warsch?
I don't know.
I'm pretty sure it's Kramer. El Grande. He does Tickle.
Oh, Downforce.
Downforce?
6 Nimt.
Okay, this guy's a genius. Anyways, that is why I was initially attracted to it as well as the cover. But it says, players attract artists and scholars to their palace while trying to become the most prestigious family in Florence. What is this? Obsession in
Sounds
Florence?
like it, yeah.
So, I don't know. I'm just going based on theme alone and look at the cover. And Wolfgang Kramer, because I think he's a great designer. He's designed some games that I love. Auction bidding, grid coverage, tile placement, and victory points.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know anything else about it. That's all that I know about it, Jeff. Look at the cover.
Yeah.
It's Princess. The
Yeah, not
princess,
princess.
not princess. It'd be better if it was a princess, but anyways.
Survive, Escape from Atlantis.
Okay, so that was on my list, but luckily I came up with a placeholder for another one. But just know that that was on my list. But
I figured it was going to be. This one's been recommended to us a bunch. It was released in 1982.
82, we weren't even alive
and
yet.
And also, again, we don't really know anything about these games other than that we're interested in playing them based off of recommendations or
other stuff.
Box cover or what have you. Survive is a cutthroat game where players seek to evacuate their pieces from an island that is breaking up while remembering where their highest value pieces are located to maximize their score. Mm-hmm. Action points, dice rolling, grid movement, and map reduction, which I think is pretty cool. But ultimately, this one is really wrapped up in the fact it's been recommended to us a ton of times.
Many times.
And I really do like the cover. It reminds me of like 80s, like not even 80s, like 60s or 70s, like movie tropes. Old school movie art, I guess.
Suspense, adventure, thrills.
Yeah. So I'm excited to try it. A lot of people have mentioned that we would love it. So one I'm hoping to try out at some point.
People know what we love.
Mm-hmm.
All right, the next one that is on my list. Did you know this one was going to be on my list?
Yep.
And I know that there has been a reprint, I believe. That is Nightmare Productions. This one has popped up on our BGG Have We Played It list numerous times, and I am specifically attracted to this one because of the theme. It is a Reiner Knizia game too. It's from the year 2000, okay? And it says bid contracts to produce films with the best directors and stars. I am obsessed with that theme. Like, I want more games that are about like making movies. I love movies. I love the idea of making them. And this one it has auction bidding.
That's 2 auction bidders for you.
Yeah, what up with that? Am I like into bidding? Who knows?
Maybe.
So it's like an auction type of game, and I think that the theme looks really cool. The cover is like has like your classic movie monsters. It looks like Indiana Jones.
I think it'd be cooler to try that OG one than a new one. I don't know if they updated the art and stuff.
I have no idea,
but I feel like it would be cooler to try like the OG art.
I am gonna put this in the Grail Games channel on Discord. By the way, join us on Discord. We have a channel of Grail Games where you can find games that are in your Grail.
We do.
Okay? And anyways, I just think it looks really, really neat. I'm into it. I love it. I already love it. Don't even need to play it. Doolin would love that game. I wish we had it before you came. Okay.
Next one up on my list is another one that has been recommended to us a ton.
People love recommending stuff. And
some friends...
Oh, yeah. I thought you might choose this one.
Some friends in the Discord were recently playing this. And that is Die Macher from 1986. And in that game, it is about 7 sequential political races in different regions of Germany. Players are in charge of national political parties and must manage limited resources to help their party to victory. That theme...
World War II?
Is... I don't think... I think
1986 edition features 4 parties. Old West Germany.
I don't think it has any relation to World War II. It's just basically a political influence game in Germany.
Scandal.
But I very much like politically themed games, and this one I've seen photos of, and some friends that I trust that like similar games to me have said I should try it out if I can get a chance to, and that's the reason why it's on this list.
Faux cheese. Okay, this one I just stumbled upon, and Jeff, it's called Good and Bad Ghosts.
Ooh.
Right?
Okay.
Are we not in love with this? It is from 1980. Capture your foes, good ghosts, and not the bad ones, but which are which. And it's giving me Boop vibes.
Oh, that looks cool.
It has like little ghost figures on like a grid board. I assume there's a bunch of different obviously there's a bunch of different versions of this game, but you're like moving around trying to capture the other person's ghosts, but you're trying to make sure you capture the right ones. I've never ever heard of this game before. All I know is that I desperately want it. I have no idea if you can find this game anywhere.
To play that.
But yeah, and it's only it's for 2 players only, and it's only 15 minutes.
That looks really cool.
And it's super light. It says ages 8 and up.
I had to put that in the grill game.
Gotta put that in the grill games.
Yeah.
Yep, that's my next one.
I've talked about this game before,
Mm-hmm.
And that is Us. The original Splotter game is from 1999. I know Capstone Games recently did a reprint of it last year or the year before. Bus is one that I've heard talked about on and off on different channels. I do want to try the Splotter version only because I've never played a Splotter game and I just want to try it. And I really like the artwork that's on the box.
It's like a trippy magic school bus.
It's kind of like route building, I think. Yeah, network and route building. You're trying to deliver passengers to their destinations as quickly as possible.
Deliver.
Exactly, as possible. I'm definitely more in tune with that kind of mechanism now.
Mm-hmm.
I very much enjoy pick up and deliver games, and route building. So it's definitely one that's on my list to try.
We have not played any Splotter games.
No.
I wouldn't even know what to expect from a Splotter game.
Yeah, I don't have any. I've heard really good things about Splotter games and really bad things about Splotter games.
Yeah.
I think you fall into one of those camps. Like, if you love Splotter games, you're going to love them. If you don't, you don't. I don't know where I fall because I've never played one, but this would be the one that I would want to try first. I know that, like, Food Chain Magnate is one that everyone talks about, but I want to start with Bus, I think.
Yeah. Okay, the next one Jeff led me to. But here's the thing. I had this idea for a game.
She did. I can vouch for this.
Like, years ago. And I was like, this is it. If I ever make a game, I want to make this game. Anyways, it is called Hare and Tortoise. It's from 1973. And it says, carefully spend your carrots and lettuces to move around the board and win the race. It's like the race between the hare and the tortoise, which was my idea.
I mean, it's not really that.
Who is this David Parlett person? Why was he in my brain?
I mean, it's pretty well-known story. I mean,
yeah, I
it
guess.
should have not surprised you that it was already a game.
Anyways, I am just assuming that it is like kind of a racing style. Well, it is a racing style game between the tortoise and the hare, which I love that theme. It's super cute. I love animal games. I love racing games. So what's not to love about this? And I got to see how he's done it just so that I can say I would have done it better.
That is fair.
Yeah.
All right. Well, last one for me. I don't know if Jamie's going to want to play this, but I've heard Board Game Barrage talk about this game in the past. And I can't remember if they liked it or not. I feel like they didn't. But that is Stevenson's Rocket from 1999.
It's a Reiner Knizia game again.
It is a Reiner Knizia game. It is an auction game, which is the only auction game I have on this list. But I've been absolutely loving train games recently.
I love trains.
So let me just describe this one to you. There are 7 different rail companies that players can expand. Each time you extend a rail, the other stakeholders can veto your auction. I feel like they do like it because you can, like, crap on each other.
Probably.
You can, like, veto stuff and what have you. But basically, it is a somewhat stereotypical, like, rail game where you have stocks and you're building out your network of rails, but there's this element of, like, being super mean about it. You can basically veto actions and what have you. And I've heard Board Game Barrage talk about it, and I'm interested in trying it if I ever get a chance to.
Very beige.
I'm not sure if it's one we'd ever, like, own.
Paper money.
But, yeah, it gives me some really cool, like, old school vibes, and I want to give it a try.
Yeah, interesting. I'd be open to that for sure. Okay, my last one is total nonsense. How have we never heard of this? It's called Elk Fest. It is a dexterity game where you are flicking stones so that you can have your elks travel over the stones. It says, the river is cold. Flick stepping stones to be the first to get your moose across.
Okay, but is it elk or moose? Those are 2 different animals.
Yeah, well, the cover is showing that's a moose. For sure, but it says elk, but the description says moose. This is it's from Herman Huber. Oh, it's part of the Cosmos 2-player series. Elk Fest is a 2-player dexterity game in which players attempt to navigate their moose across a river along a series of stones. Taking turns flicking 2 stones represented by disc, moving your moose. Like, this sounds so ridiculous and silly.
Look at the picture of the moose on the 2 stones.
Oh my god, Jeff, like, this is so ridiculous. I have never heard of this game. I desperately want it.
Oh, there's a little kid playing it.
Yeah.
That's a Lego horse.
Yeah, somebody was using a Lego horse. Anyways, so I just think this looks so fun and silly, and we love dexterity games. I love silly games, and it's a 2-player game, so.
A little bit rattled that it's called Elkfest and they call it Moose.
Yeah. I mean, as Canadians, it's slightly offensive, but,
Whatever.
you know, it is what it is. Anyways, those are some games that we're interested in trying from before time, before the 2000s.
Next one maybe 2000, 2005?
I think 2000, 2005 will be the next one. And yeah, so most likely, like with these games anyways, I think we're probably going to throw them in that Braille game because like there's some of these that I would be like really, really interested to play.
Yeah, when we were looking through these, I just want to caveat quickly. There's so many good war games pre-2000 that I definitely want to try, but I could have just filled this with 5 war games, and I purposely decided not to.
I had like so many others, like Monza came out in 2000.
I saw
we
Monza
haven't played
too.
that.
Yeah.
I also had one called Show Manager, which is very similar to Nightmare Production, so I ended up going with that. There's a trick-taking game called Rage, which looked very similar to the design of what's that one that we played with Rodney and Christy that we really liked? The German one.
Oh, Null Nishtig.
Null Nishtig. It had the same like vibe as that. Anyways, there's so many
Null
good ones.
Nishtig would have been on this list. It came out pre-2000.
Like El Grande came out. Like there's just so many.
El Grande,
oh, you have? Oh, excuse me.
Yeah, there's a bunch like Tigris and Euphrates is on there. I've played it.
I haven't.
Ra was on there.
Ra was on
which
there.
Which is one I haven't played, but I don't...
Shot and Totten we haven't played. But anyway, so we would be really interested down below. Let us know what are some of your favorite games from before 2000 that you think that we would love. Maybe we haven't heard of them. We would love to know. But that's everything that we have for today. So if you're interested in buying board games, like any of the many that we mentioned today, which you probably can't find in stores, but just in case, you should first start by checking your friendly local gaming store. And for us, that is...
Boardroom Game Cafe.
Heck yeah, it is. Do you like snacks?
I do.
Good. You should try.
Munch Pack.
Absolutely. We have a code, $5 off your subscription. That's everything we have. Thank you so much for watching. If you like what you see,
please subscribe.
We hope to see you again soon. And now we say goodbye. Goodbye.
Better days.
Okay, so the first one that I stumbled upon...
I'm just looking at my list, so
yeah, same.
I'm not texting.
I spelled that wrong. Wait. Princess of Florence. It came out in the year 2000, I thought.
There might be a predecessor.
Oh, I spelled princess wrong. It's okay. I had more games on my list. So that one, I don't know.
I don't know what you did there.
It's not even showing the right box.
Just type in Florence. There you go.
That's the one. Why wouldn't it do what I asked? Princess.
Princess.
Okay. All right.